How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Flesh and Blood video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today, we have the long-awaited, or at least long-awaited for me, top 5 predictions for the next Flesh and Blood set, Everfest. Will I be right, or will I be horribly wrong? I have been both in the past for the previous Flesh and Blood sets. I have called some pretty amazing stuff, if I don't say so myself. Some of the stuff have been quite the prognosticator. However, I've also called things very, very wrong. Like, I thought there was going to be a Fiendel card in the last set, and I was very, very wrong. So let's see if we can continue that. If we can continue that here. I'm going to make some pretty spicy predictions. Not like crazy crackpot off the wall predictions, but some pretty spicy predictions. So I'm really excited for this. Before we get started, I do want to mention that today's video is brought to you by FAB DB, the premier Flesh and Blood deck building and database website. It's what I use to build my own decks. I think it's what you use, or what you should use to build your own decks as well. And they have a bunch of other things like, you know, artist trackers and all this kind of stuff. FabDB is fantastic. So if you're not already using it, I highly recommend using it. And if you're looking to pick up some Flesh and Blood product, maybe some Everfest pre-orders, I highly recommend checking out my affiliate code with Channel Fireball. Go ahead and type Rogue at checkout, and it goes and supports me, as well as the local game store you're buying from, because the new Channel Fireball Marketplace actually supports local game stores, which is really, really sweet. I consider that a huge win-win. Or, you know, just go buy from your own local game store if they have great prices and you have one available. But enough talk. Let's talk some more about our top 5 predictions for Everfest. I honestly think this is not a prediction. This is just my, feelings. I really think that Everfest is going to be a slam dunk set. I think it's going to be like Crucible of War, but better. So I might eat my words on that one, but I really do. I have a feeling that this set's going to be really, really sweet. And I haven't actually seen any more than you have seen. We've actually seen a couple spoiler cards so far. I'm just going to have them here on the screen while I'm talking about this. But I think the set's going to be really, really fun with a lot of crazy mechanics. And that actually takes me into my first prediction. And the first prediction is a little bit of a doozy. I think some people would agree with this and some people would not. It has been stated that there will be support for all of the major, I don't know if they said classes or heroes. I think I've seen both. So I'm going to go with heroes. There's going to be support for all of the heroes. And what does that mean, right? You could argue, oh, a generic card is support for all the heroes. That's BS. That's not what I think they mean. What I think they mean is there's going to be meaningful support made specifically for heroes. And I think, this is the prediction, that we will have one new specialization card for every hero currently in the game. That's it. One new specialization card for every hero. You got one for Prism, you got one for Kasai, one for Data Doll, one for Kano, all of them. Every single one gets a new specialization. That is my prediction, because that is the best way to give an underpowered hero something very, very powerful without affecting the balance of other heroes, right? Because, Azalea, I would say she's seen better days, but let's be honest, she's not really seen better days. We could give Azalea an amazing specialization, one that would be busted in any other deck. But in Azalea, it wouldn't be that busted because she's like not a really well-played hero, well-loved hero, but not a well-played hero. And if you give one specifically for Azalea, it doesn't make Lexi busted, right? And on the other hand, you can give a really powerful hero like Briar a specialization and make it underpowered, right? Because she's already really good and played a lot, so she could still have a really fun new tool to play with, but not make it super powerful where it's gonna bust things even more. So that is my first prediction. Every single hero will get a brand new specialization. This is the one I hope is true, by the way. This is one I hope is true more than any of the others, because I think it's just going to be so good, so good. So let's get on to prediction number 2. And this is going to harken back to my Tales of Aria preview video, or rather my prediction video, where I thought there was going to be a new Fiendel card in that set. This is a hill I'm going to die on. I'm going to die on this hill. There's going to be a new Fiendel card in Tales of Aria. There wasn't one I mean, not in Tales of Aria. There's going to be a new Fandle card in Everfest because there wasn't one in Tales of Aria. That's what I'm trying to say here. New Fandle card in Everfest. We didn't have one in Tales of Aria. A lot of the Fandle lore comes out of Aria, like the Spring Tunic. I think we're going to get another Fandle card. So that's my prediction number 2, another Fandle card in Everfest. And I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to leave that open. I'm just going to say we're going to get a Fandle card. I'm not going to say what it's going to be, because it could be anything from a gem to a, generic action to an attack action, Wrath of Fandle or something. Yeah, so that is my second prediction. My third prediction is going to have to do with the Fabled card in the set. And I think the Fabled card, it could go 2 ways, right? My mind of it, I really called Corsham in the last one. I'm like, it's just going to be the big tree. We see the big tree in the art. We had a location for Monarch. It just makes sense. So for Everfest, I think it can go 2 ways. We could do a location. It could just literally be the Everfest Carnival as the Fable, and I think that's a really good chance. Or it could be something just completely out there. It could be like a new gem, like the Guardian gem that's been alluded to several times. I think that is another possibility. So I think it could be either one of these. I'm gonna say, I think the spicy prediction is the location, the Everfest Carnival as the location. However, I think they could do that without making it into a location the same way they did like Volthaven and Candlehold and Eisenloft, kind of into locations, not really into locations, but we had the pulses, right? But they got to showcase those areas without making them into a location. So I'm going to say, oh, this is really tough. This is really tough. I'm like 50-50 on this. I think it's going to be one of these two. I really think it's going to be one of these two. But I think it's more fun if I put my chips down in one of the camps. Let's just say it's going to be the location. Let's just say it's going to be the Everfest Carnival, just for the sake of continuity, right? Because we had a Fabled location in Monarch, Fabled location in Tales of Aria, and now this one would cap off the block here with big set, big set, small set. So another Fabled location for Everfest. Just feels aesthetically complete to me. So that's gonna be my prediction. We're gonna have a location as the Fabled card in Everfest. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be the Everfest Carnival itself. Prediction number 4, and I think this is one that a lot of people are going to call. I predict that there is going to be at least one brand new class in Everfest. Now, what class is that going to be? I think the easy guess is Bard. I think if you want to be spicy, you can say multiple classes. So I think the spicy guess would be Bard, Seer, and Brewmaster. I think those are the spicy guesses, right? And I think these classes are going to be classes like Shapeshifter and Merchant, where they don't really have direct support. You just have to play generic cards, and maybe they interact with other cards in different ways. So that is my guess. We're going to have at least one brand new class in Everfest. This is a pretty easy one. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this one right. So this is the gimme. This is the gimme, right? This is how we're gonna have at least one brand new class. I'm gonna guess, it's not part of the prediction here. I'm gonna guess that we're gonna at least have Bard. So we're gonna have at least one new class, and it's gonna at least be Bard. But I really do think there's a good chance to see maybe a Seer, like a Fortune Teller kind of card, and or a Brewmaster type of card. I think those are all possibilities, but Bard is a pretty good one here. And then my 5th and final prediction is that the paper booster pack wrappers are amazing, and they are literally just the same as the plastic wrappers in terms of functionality and maintaining card longevity, but they're just made out of paper. So that is my prediction. They're gonna be exactly the same as this is going to be an impossible one to get right. Exactly the same as the booster pack wrappers, the plastic ones, except that they're just paper. And so that is going to be my prediction. I really just hope that they are the same quality. They don't damage the cards at all. I just hope literally they're the same. They're exactly the same, just paper instead of plastic. So that is my prediction. That's also my biggest hope too, because I just want that to be right. So people who recycle can recycle these. I'm staring over here. I just opened up a bunch of booster boxes of a different card game, and I have a mountain of booster packs and I just have to throw in the garbage. So I have my recycle bin here is bigger than my trash bin. So I would love to be able to recycle these. Also, you know, it's really good for the environment, or at least not as bad for the environment. So yeah, those are my top 5 predictions for Everfest. We are going to do a recap video on this after Everfest launches, like we do for all of the Flesh and Blood sets. I would love to hear your predictions in the comments down below. Which one of these do you think I got right? Which one of these do you think I got wrong? Will I have a positive correct to wrongness ratio at the end of this? I think we'll have a positive one, but maybe that's just me being an optimist here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, today. We will have a lot more Flesh and Blood content as we get more Everfest news in the following weeks. I will have a preview card for Everfest that is on the Wednesday. I don't remember the exact date off the top of my head. And then that Saturday, I have another special thing to share with you all that I think is going to be really, really cool. So I got 2 Everfest things to share with you when the time comes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Everfest. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.